Okay. That's rolling, right?
Did they tell you to move?
Yeah. So,
Shame on you, sir.
shame on me.
Shame on you. I'd love to take the microphone. I'd love to have a chat to you. So tell me about your stance while you're wearing a billboard.
I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Children cannot consent to puberty blockers.
And how about the damage caused by children's identity, caused by delaying these life-saving medicines?
Life-saving.
Life-saving medicines, identity.
Interesting.
You're obviously comfortable as a cis white male. You're obviously comfortable in your own skin.
No, I'm just a man.
Also, you're not recognising accepted gender and identity terms.
I'm not part of the cult of gender, no.
You're being pedantic about recognised terms that people use to define themselves.
Only the people who are in the cult recognize these terms.
You also need a breath mint. You're going to be speaking to people on the street. You need a breath mint.
Oh, okay.
That's halitosis is a term. So is cis white male.
Good.
Also a term.
Good stuff. So tell me, why do you want to sterilize kids?
I didn't say that. And you're never going to be able to put words in my mouth.
Oh, but you support this.
Camera's right here.
But you support this.
Camera's right here.
You support giving kids puberty blockers.
They're not the same thing. It's a false equivalency. It's a false equivalency, you know that. So what attention are you getting today? What attention are you getting?
Well, quite a bit from these guys, unfortunately.
Who's these guys?
The police, the council.
Well, it's in there. It's in their interest to make sure that your little crusade isn't damaging to society.
Oh, okay.
Because when you don't represent Australian values...
So again, tell me, why do you think it's okay we sterilize kids?
Once again, you can try and put words in my mouth.
Well, that's what's happening. That's what these do.
You try and put words in my mouth.
Tell me, what age do they start giving kids puberty blockers? What's the technical term for it?
See, once again, you're not going to trick me because you're not. You're not a narrator.
Do you know?
You're not a very logical man.
Do you know?
You're a man with a tirade.
What's Tanner stage 2?
See, I've had a vasectomy done.
Oh, that's great.
And I chose made an informed choice about that.
I'm really glad you did that. Actually,
so I've sterilised myself.
That's good for society.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
And
in your case.
And a lot of cases of sort of I don't know, false minorities. People who think they're a minority where they've had the fat of the land for generations.
Oh.
That having this regressive sort of desire to have large families, to try and sort of increase the white heteronormative sort of section of society, try to outpopulate.
Did you study gender studies in university?
No, it wasn't an option for me.
Interesting.
Anywho, this is going nowhere. But
so tell me.
I'll leave it to time. Make it good.
You talked about regressive things there for a second. I would say it's pretty regressive that we're telling children who don't conform to stereotypes that they might have been born in the wrong body.
No, we're not telling them anything, I don't believe. And they may... No, stereotypes aren't there. It's not about stereotypes. It takes a very, very fragile, sanctimonious, over-controlling subset of society to try and deny people urgent medical care.
So what is it that makes a girl a boy?
I don't think that's a valid question.
Well, if girls are coming to believe that they're really boys, what is it that makes them a boy?
Well, there's biological indicators, but it's not foolproof.
Oh, there's a biological indicator to transgenderism?
But then again...
What's the biological indicator to transgenderism?
But then again, in the West, we've always recognised traditionally two genders. But that's, as we all know...
Yeah, I recognise two sexes and zero genders.
Okay, that's great. Yeah. I like that little laneway.
Yeah.
But that's not true for other societies.
Oh, okay.
Other societies have richer, deeper culture, where there's less gender dysmorphia. Because
what is a transgender child?
Because people are recognised.
What is a transgender child?
I'll leave it to your soapbox. But thank you, it's been a pleasure.
So you can't answer any of these questions?
No, because you've been asking...
Kids are being turned into lifelong pharmaceutical patients, being sterilised, and they're getting their breasts cut off.
No, they're not.
And you can't tell me one thing about any of this.
You're trying to actually lure me into a laneway, in a little sort of ideological laneway. That's a safe place for you to speak.
So if a girl thinks she's a boy, what is it that makes her a boy?
You're trying to lure me into a little laneway. That's a safe space for you to sort of repeat your narrative and to try and hijack the conversation.
I don't need safe spaces. That's for the left.
Well, no, it is. It is because you're weak. I mean, you're ideologically weak. I mean...
You're the one that can't tell me a single thing about your ideology.
I won't...
I'm asking you to define for me what a transgender child is. Define for me what gender identity is.
I'm not going to dance and clap to your prompts because I've thrown you direct things.
This is your opportunity to educate 1 million people right now about transgenderism. So you go ahead and tell them what it is that makes a girl a boy.
I can't even educate you about halitosis and about the fact you need a breath mint.
Okay.
I've answered your questions. I've deliberately walked up to you because you're being very provocative. So I've had conversations with you.
Provocative. Children cannot consent to puberty blockers. Bye-bye.